Hello everyone. So today we're gonna solve freedom trial. Okay. So freedom trial is it's a hard level problem. So we will understand the very simple words. So let's go directly to this diagram. So you can see the input is there are two string basically. So two strings like for example here ring and the key. Two strings are given and our task is we have to basically construct this key string out of this ring string. So how we will do, let's understand first this. So this ring structure string is always given in such a way that the first character is starting from this position. This position is basically when in our watch it is 12 o'clock, right? So this is the 12 o'clock. So G is starting. So basically the ring string will always start from when it is 12 o'clock in the clock. Okay. So for example, you can see key here is that guarding, right? So ring string is guarding. It is given like this. So it is start from here. Okay. Now our task is our key string is basically GD. Okay, so we have to construct this GD in such a way that this G and this D both should be appear consecutively from at this location, means when it is 12 o'clock. So in this example, what is happening? G is already there. Okay, so we don't need any step already because G is already there. But after reaching at this location, we have to also press the button. So one operation would be taken by buttons. So here what will happen? G is already there. So we are done with G. So we are done with this first character of our key string. And then we have button press. So for button press, we need one operation. So 0 plus 1. Okay. So 0 plus 1, it is already one operation to complete the G. Okay. Now we are going to the next. Now for next it is D. Okay, now we have to bring this D. So D is here. Okay, now this D we have to check whether it is clockwise nearly or anti-clockwise. So clockwise, if we see, it is at a 2 distance away, but anti-clockwise, how much distance it is? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first D is coming after 4 places. And in clockwise it is just two space distance. So we will choose here this thing clockwise one, because we are looking for the minimum distance. So after 2 operation, this D would reach at that at this location, right, where G is right now. So 2 operations. So we have to have like 2 operation to reach at 12 o'clock location, and 1 operation for pressing the button. So this pressing button operation is always adding. Okay, so 2 plus 1. So 3 operations there and 1 operation for G. So total it is 4 operation. Okay, so this is our thing. So what we will do, we will write a recursive program for it before going to the dynamic approach, because we should know first the recursive approach, then only we can write a good dynamic programming. Okay, so let me quickly write the code recursive approach for this solution. And remember one more thing is here, we should check both direction. We are supposed to go in both direction, either in clockwise or also in the anti-clockwise, to get the minimum value, minimum distance basically. So let me quickly write the code for it. So I have first written the recursive approach, because this is very important to understand it thoroughly. So initially what I am doing, I am just making 2 global variable to park the ring and key string, which is given in the thing. And I have just made one variable max. So what we gonna do is here, first of all, I am writing one utility method get min. Okay, so basically what it is doing, it is taking the current index, like index of G here of ring. So it was 0, right? And then this is the index of any index. Let's say in this case G is our current index and D is our index. So we have to find the distance between them. Okay, so we have 2 ways. Forward string means the clockwise way. We can do math.absolute difference of cur minus index, just like here 0 minus 2. Okay, so 0 minus 2, it is 2. And this is backward direction. So we can go to anti-clockwise as well. So if we go like this, then what would be the distance of it? Then we can simply say the whatever length of this string, ring length minus forward this string. So basically in this full string, okay, in this full string, if we deduct this distance, this will give us the distance from the backward. So I'm doing that thing here, and then I'm returning the minimum of both. Okay, so clockwise and anti-clockwise, both type of distance we are getting, and we are returning the minimum between any two index. Okay, so then I am writing this entire recursive approach. So this is my recursive method. I am taking here key index and the ring index, because we need the two index variables, and the minimum steps, this would be our answers, okay, which would be parked. So initially what we do, if key index equal to key dot length, right? So this is our key, in this case GD is our key, right? So when our key index itself reached till the last, okay, so then this would be the condition. So at that time it would be 0 if it is going beyond the length. Okay, so this would be basically we are returning directly 0. So this is our closing condition. Okay, otherwise what we are doing, we are traversing through the entire ring string. Okay, in this case it our godding, right? So we are traversing through this entire ring string, and then we are checking that where is the first or any character which is matching. Okay, because we start key index is the index of this guy, key string, right? So initially we would be starting with 0. So once we found that one, we are basically calculating the total step. So how we are doing, we are using getMin, just this utility method. So in this case what will happen, initially we would be calling it, and this will give us, and this I'm adding +1. So this +1 is basically to press the button. In this case, let's say we are, once we got the G here, which is G, the first location of our key string, then one step is the also with the pressing of the button. So that's why I'm adding this +1. Okay, so after reaching there, what I'm doing, so see here, after getting we got the first match, then we are calling this guy, this ring index, which we started with the 0, and once we match at I with the key string, we are updating this ring index as the new I where it is matched. Okay, because we have to start, like in this case, once we matched G, then we have to go for D, right? So we are calling this here ring index. So new variable would be become I, because this is the matching case. And similarly we are calling recursively this function here, we are calling this function. And finally what we are doing, we are making this min step variable and getting the minimum of whatever we occurred so far. So total step is the one here we are getting, and we are calling recursively, and then we are making the min value of it, and we are returning it here. Okay, so now this is our recursive approach. If I run this code, obviously it will run for some cases, but this will give us the TLE. Okay, anyway this is running, but if I submit it, it will give me TLE, right? It has given me TLE. So we have to write the corresponding dynamic approach of it, because if we understand this part, then dynamic is just an image of this. Only the closing conditions we have to fill in DP table, and accordingly we have to use the for loop. So let me quickly write the top down approach of it, though we can do the memoization as well, but I don't, then video will become very long. So let me do with bottom up approach of it. So now I have written the corresponding bottom up approach. So initially I am creating one DP 2D array, which is of row has ring length, and columns has ring length +1. Why +1? Because you remember when in the closing condition we have written, when the key dot length, when index is key dot length, at that time we were returning 0. So for same reason I'm just filling that thing, the last column as 0, because that would be key dot length. Okay, so our things would be start from key dot length -1, right? So to use the bottom up approach, we need those closing condition in DP, we have to write it manually. Okay, so what I'm doing here, you can see here at this line, I'm just filling the DPI. I mean for every row, the last column, basically the key dot length column, I'm directly filling as 0. Then I'm going ahead, I'm just taking the length of key and our ring, and see here what I'm doing here is I'm starting this key index from key length minus 1, because we already done this step at line number 28. For key dot length we already filled the 0, so we are starting from this key length minus 1. Okay, and then I'm going ahead another for loop, ring index, which is going till the ring length, and then inside it we are looking that where a character index is matching with our key index. Okay, so see here I'm checking here if this is matching, then what we are doing is basically in DP we are taking those index, ring index and key index, and then we are taking this math.min of this entire value comma 1 plus get min. So this get min is same what we were using here, right, to get the left and left clockwise and anti-clockwise. So min value, would be given by this get min value, and I'm doing this plus 1 because we need one operation for pressing the button, and then I'm calling comma this plus dp char index and key index plus 1, because we already calculate the key index plus 1 here, we initiated, right? So it is key length, and here we starting key length minus 1, so we already done the plus 1 value, right? So we can reuse it, and similarly we would building. This is what happens in bottom up approach, and finally our answer would be in dp00, because we are writing for starting from that 0 key index and 0 that our ring index. Okay, so let me run it. Yeah, it is running. Yeah, so it is accepted, and thank you for watching the video. If you have any concern, you can definitely comment over there. Thank you.